Hi everyone, and welcome to this presentation revisiting the HomePod. Revisiting the HomePod is a continuation of the original presentation I did on the HomePod. If you guys have been following this channel for a while, please wear headphones. As you notice, I'm recording in binaural audio, so just wanted to let you guys know that. So if you guys heard the original HomePod presentation, the microphones weren't that good, and I apologize. It was recording using a digital recorder that could act as a mic, but hopefully this sounds a lot better to you. So I recently went out and purchased a HomePod for a couple to few reasons. The reasons I'll give today is because I wanted my music to sound really good in stereo, which it does, and that's basically the reason that and I wanted a better sound than what I had with just one HomePod, which one HomePod by itself sounds really good. But today, what my aim in quote and revisiting the HomePod quote is to show you how to pair the HomePods to make them a stereo pair, that is. Now, please keep in mind, once we make these HomePods into a stereo pair, one HomePod will work and trigger Siri. So the other HomePod will not trigger Siri. That's a safe thing there, because you don't want two HomePods saying go ahead at the same time and both listening. And maybe performing different, the outcome could be different. So let's dive right into it. So I'm going to be using my iPhone XS Max. In the future, we will have an Apple Watch recording, but these three recordings I'm going to be making basics to Apple Watch. First revisiting the HomePod, then then I'm going to be doing an Apple TV recording tomorrow. And that'll be just how to set up the Apple TV and show you just some of the things the Apple TV 4K can do. But anyway, these three guides are kind of just like basic. So if you guys want to know more about the HomePod, please visit the HomePod presentation in this channel. So I'm going to unlock my iPhone. Okay, just unlocked.
Utilities.
Alright. Turn on Bluetooth.
Okay, I turned Bluetooth on.
Alright, we're going to want to open the Home app. Open Home. Okay.
Home. My home. Heading.
So, we will flick down. Or flick right, rather.
Scenes. Heading.
Let me turn this up just a little bit.
Scene. Button. Favorite accessories. Heading.
Alright, so before, you guys may have, if you guys will remember, it said something like HomePod or bedroom HomePod. This one will say
Bedroom Apple TV. Pod. Bedroom HomePod. Paused. Button.
okay, but you have two HomePods,
Actions
right?
available.
Yes, I do. Let me show you.
Tab bar. Bedroom HomePod. Open controls.
Open controls.
Gangsta. Cat Dahlia.
Okay, that's, I guess, what it thinks I'm playing right now, but I actually did a handoff, and it is playing a YouTube video. Okay, now I'm going to flick to the right, selected playback destination.
Track position. Preview. Neck. Volume. Alarms. New. Button. 6:30. 6. Image. HomePod. Text field. Room. Bed. Speakers. 2. Button.
Alright, so like double tap on this, it'll say left. Okay, so let's just tap on this.
Bedroom. Heading. Bedroom left HomePod. Left HomePod. Button.
That's just what I decided
Actions
to call it.
available. Open. Activate. Bedroom right HomePod.
So I can control both HomePods from here.
Bedroom right HomePod. Button.
Alright, so let's go back.
Speakers. 2. Selected. Playback. Track position. Pre-play.
Oops.
Room. Speaker. Audio settings. Button.
Okay, so let's
Include in favor. Audio settings.
Let's look at the audio settings here.
Identify a left HomePod. Swap speakers. Identify. Tap on a HomePod. Tap on. Audio settings. Heading.
So let's say we want to create a stereo pair. These are the settings that we'll be seeing in a minute. But let me go and remove the stereo option really quick. You have to go way down until you hear Restart HomePod, then you flick to the right.
Ungroup accessories. Button.
Okay, this is what we want, ungroup accessories.
Oh, are you sure you want to ungroup these accessories?
That means that these two speakers.
Ungroup. Button.
Ungroup.
Homes and home settings. Button.
Okay, so now if I say something like, "Hey Siri, how are you?"
Hi there. I'm pretty good.
Hey Siri, how are you?
Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
Hey Siri, what are you doing?
Happy National Science Fiction Day.
Hey Siri,
I've been
what are you
responding.
doing?
I'm helping people stay connected with others near and far. You can ask me to send a message or start a FaceTime call.
Hey Siri, what are you doing?
Well, right now, I'm talking with
Play.
So, alright, so right now, that's the left HomePod.
Increase volume, increase volume, pause.
Alright, so to show you that they're not paired,
Play.
and we could just have two pieces of music playing. And that's actually pretty good, so.
Play.
See? So there's two pieces of music playing. Hey Siri, stop. Hey Siri, stop. There we go. And so there we go. So two separate HomePods, and that's cool, but we want to make them into a stereo pair. So let's flick to the right.
Homes and home. Add. Button.
All right, we're gonna actually go to
Announce. Add. Favorite act. Bedroom Apple TV. Bedroom left HomePod. Bedroom right HomePod. Tab bar. Bedroom left HomePod. Paused. Button.
okay. So I want to open controls on the bedroom left HomePod.
Open controls. Rock and roll all night.
So because I said open controls on the bedroom left HomePod, I believe this is true. Well, let's test this out. So if I were to, let's see here. So let's close.
Close. Button. Close. Scenes. Heading.
Hold on. We want to flick till we hear.
Add automation.
We don't need to add automation. Excuse me.
Create stereo pair. Button.
We can create a stereo pair, and there's a nice description.
To create stereo sound, group this HomePod with a second HomePod. Music and podcasts. Heading. To create stereo pair.
There we go.
Cancel. Button.
Double tap on create stereo pair.
New group. Heading. Stereo pair. Select another HomePod to create a stereo pair. Bedroom. Heading. Selected. Bedroom right HomePod. Bedroom left HomePod. Left HomePod. Button. Back. Back. Audio settings. Identify a left HomePod. Button. Identify a left HomePod. Identify a left HomePod. Identify a left HomePod.
That is actually the right HomePod.
Swap speakers. Identify right HomePod. Identify right HomePod. Speech off.
Let me turn off the. So that thinks that's the right HomePod. That's actually the left one. Swap speakers. That thinks that's the left HomePod. So we can go to swap speakers.
Swap speakers. Swap speakers.
Now let's flick to the left.
Speech.
There we go, left HomePod. There we go. So now left and right are correct, but we will...
Speech on. Tap on a HomePod above to identify and swap them.
We did.
If needed. So they are assigned to the correct left and right channel.
And we did that. So let's go.
Bedroom audio, bedroom HomePod. Back button. Bedroom
All right.
HomePod.
So now there should be a stereo pair. Hey Siri, how are you?
Hi there. I'm pretty good. Thanks.
Hey Siri, what are you doing?
Well, I was thinking that if there are no absolute truths, then it cannot be an absolute truth that there are no absolute truths.
Hey Siri,
Which means there are...
play the song Rock and Roll All Night.
Here's Rock and Roll All Night by Kiss.
Now it's in stereo. It sounds wonderful in stereo, actually. Hey Siri, what's the volume?
The current volume is 20%.
So this is basically volume 2. Hey Siri, stop. Okay, so what you need to understand is that if you say, so let's say you have 2 HomePods and you flick to the first one and you swipe up till you hear open controls, whichever HomePod you say create a stereo pair with, be it left or right, that's the one that's going to be the one that handles Siri requests. So you recall I flicked up on the right HomePod, that at least I had named right HomePod. Well, that basically said, all right, well, that's the HomePod that's going to be used for Siri requests, or anything to do with Siri, answering calls, acting as a speakerphone. So please keep that in mind. So I want to actually ungroup these and pair them how they, so that way that Siri can be on the left. I guess there's no problem with Siri being on the right, and yes, I did swap the speakers and everything's working fine, but I'd rather, Siri be on the left, and that's just my personal preference. So I will ungroup these and come back to you, and we'll conclude this demo. Okay, so did it work?
Identify left HomePod.
Yep.
Identify right
Perfect.
HomePod.
So we'll...
Bedroom audio setting. Tap on a home bedroom.
Did that.
HomePod. Back button. Bedroom HomePod. Heading.
Perfect. All right, so let's see if this works. Okay, so now, yep, this is working great. So now I will pause. So that is just a quick overview on how to make your HomePod a stereo pair. It's great. I love the sound. One HomePod was really good. 2 is excellent. So I will be recording an Apple TV setup, basically how you set up your Apple TV, and how can these HomePods, how do they work with the Apple TV? So please stay tuned for that, and until then, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.